This is Tracer Talks, conversations with top industry experts on trending topics for brands and digital risk protection, featuring your host, Tracer CEO, Rick Farnell.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Tracer Talk. Today we're going to be talking with Colby Hall, Director of our Tracer Experience, talking about maximizing value through strategic focus. Colby, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rick. Excited to be on.
Excellent. Let's kick things off. So tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what brought you to Tracer.
Yeah, so I'm Colby Hall, Director of Tracer Experience at Tracer. Really, when I was looking to really start out my professional growth, one thing that I was looking for was an innovative company and kind of a role that I could be or create a framework for a strategic type of position. So I was actually referred to Tracer, went through the interview process, loved the culture, loved the people. It was really a perfect fit for me at the time. And started out as a brand analyst, moved into a senior analyst, then became a customer success manager, manager of professional services, and then kind of moved into director of Tracer Experience where I'm at now. So on our customer success side, have worn a number of different hats over the last 5 to 6 years, but really enjoyed my time here.
Excellent. Wow, what a journey you've had, and really fantastic. On the Tracer Experience side, so for everyone, what is that, and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so our Tracer Experience was really created to ensure that our customers were getting the best possible experience from pre-sales, onboarding, through the engagement and process improvement phase. So what we've developed is really intentionality, specifically around our onboarding and our pre-sales strategy workshops, to make sure that customers are focusing their efforts in the right areas to build a successful brand protection or intelligence program. So we spend a lot of time really in that area, making sure that we're diving into the details. We really saw a need for that, and it's really been beneficial to our customers.
So Colby, with Tracer Experience, tell us a little bit about the time to value and how Tracer Experience accelerates our customers' time to value on our platform.
Yeah, so part of the Tracer Experience, as I mentioned, kind of in the onboarding process, is getting customers to value as quickly as possible. So once we actually have a contract executed, we try to schedule the kickoff call as quickly as we can. After that kickoff call, we start tracing and bringing in detections within 7 days, with a goal to get an enforcement out actually within that 7-day period as well. So with onboarding, especially for a brand protection program, there's tons of information that's needed from our customers or from both sides to collaborate. And there's a lot of work and effort to be had, from gathering intellectual property rights to gathering, copyrighted imagery, logos to enable our artificial intelligence, safe list, LOAs, just the amount of information that's needed to actually get started in onboarding with the process is tremendous. One thing that we've done is tried to implement as much as possible to take that lift off of our customers to ensure that we can get them to value as quickly as possible. So I'll give you an example. With our intellectual property, we have the ability to pull trademarks and patents from WIPO, CIPO, USPTO, and EU IPO on behalf of our customers, to integrate that into our system before we even talk to our customers. So then it's more of a verification process. Rather than asking them to provide that information, we've now implemented and integrated that into our technology so that we have that information up front. Our onboarding teams are gathering computer vision, logos, copyrighted imagery, things that are needed for that AI enablement piece, which is so important for what we do. We're now grabbing that proactively on our customers' behalf at the time of contract execution, which really allows us to get to value as quickly as possible.
That's incredible, because oftentimes you hear with artificial intelligence and specifically machine learning models take a lot of time to get their accuracy, to get their efficiency, and even our compliance rates. But kind of it sounds like everything that you put together with Tracer Experience really speeds that process up. You mentioned computer vision. Talk a little bit about that and why that's important in context of a brand protection strategy.
Yeah, computer vision is extremely important. And this is some of the most exciting technology that I've seen us implement within our system. if you think of detecting copyrighted images, logos, things of that nature, and you think of actually detecting those images without computer vision and assume that, analysts are actually having to memorize what logos are relevant for which brands, which copyrighted images are relevant for which products. I mean, from a scalable solution, that doesn't really add up. So integrating that from a technology side and actually implementing computer vision to have the system not only find the images, but also point the analyst to the specific place within that detection that that image or content is being utilized, so that really you turn into the analyst and more verifying where the infringement exists versus having to memorize and actually search for it.
And I think with speed and velocity, talking to customers about just working with a provider that can help them remove problems to their brand as fast as possible. What are some of the other metrics that are important for customers to think about? Because taking something down and accuracy is important, but what are some of the other time elements that at least we try to really guide our customers towards?
Yeah, one of the big metrics that we track is time to live. So if you're thinking about it, from the time that a detection hits the market essentially to the time we actually take it down is extremely important to track that, because the moment the time that is actually up or available to consumers is essentially the risk that you're assuming. So the quicker you're able to find those detections and actually take them down, the quicker time, you reduce the time to live of that infringement, and you actually provide more benefit and value to the customer in doing so. And that's why I think, utilizing innovative technology such as artificial intelligence, computer vision allows you to do way more than a human is capable of doing to kind of hit on those metrics that are important.
So part of our tracer experience methodology includes workshops, not just with our legal professionals that we work with day in and day out, but we've started to see other business units really come into the brand protection process. Tell us a little bit about why we've seen this change and how the tracer experience accounts for now multiple business units involved in our programs.
Yeah, this is something that we've actually been seeing a greater interest in recently. If you think about the problems that we're solving from a brand protection or intelligence standpoint, they are not just legal problems. They are brand problems or business problems that relate to a number of other different departments outside of legal. I think traditionally, legal has been basically heading the actual removal of these type of nefarious activities or content that's taking place. But in reality, it's actually impacting the business as a whole. So I think traditionally we think of legal teams handling this. I think people are getting smarter. They're realizing that it's more than just legal, and we need to actually put more resources at the problem than just legal resources. What better to pull in product, marketing, security, different departments that are actually seeing, these bad actors essentially affect their numbers, their metrics internally, bring them into the picture, bring in the experts, and actually build out a program as a company rather than trying to make business problems legal problems.
So it seems like the kind of tracer experience allows for us to be methodical in a way to work the best with our customers, the way that we're seeing patterns and trends in other like customers and other geographies, and with kind of channel problems like marketplaces or websites or domains or social media. But it seems like it also allows for being highly customized to what the brand wants. And that's not just a one and done at the very beginning. So yeah, maybe expand a little bit about how the tracer experience starts in our selling process, but it just keeps going on and on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do essentially pre-sales workshops with a number of different customers. And that really is to try to uncover and understand their business problems across the organization, and then make recommendations based on expertise and industry knowledge that we've seen across other customers to build out a successful program. You'll often hear some people reference, brand protection as a whack-a-mole game. That is not true. I think it's whack-a-mole when you're not focusing your efforts and resources in the right places that actually align with your goals. But what we've seen is that when you stay consistent and you focus your efforts in the right areas, that you do actually see positive change. And we have data and statistics to back that up. But I think the Tracer experience ensures that even in pre-sales, you're thinking about more than just the immediate problems that may exist today. It's about aligning your brand protection program with the immediate problems, but also company and future goals to make sure that you can be successful, not just in the onboarding phase, but throughout the entire process.
Love it. So Colby, you recently put together an e-guide for Tracer Experience. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so really the e-guide was designed to take a strategic approach to onboarding a program or creating a brand protection program. Really about being more proactive than reactive. It is important to be reactive, but more importantly, you have to be proactive and kind of stay on top of things. So really the e-guide focuses on 6 phases. The first one is trying to understand impact to your business, whether it's brands, products, services that you offer. What has the most impact to your business so that you can protect that? Backing that into regional impact is kind of the second step. So you take your business impact, tap that in with regions or apply regions to that. And that's where you start to understand where your efforts should be focused. Once you have that, you essentially back it into goals that you've created for the program. What is the future state of the program that we want to actually get to? Once you have those goals, you can create a strategic framework in place that backwards plans to those goals and ensures that you're going to be successful if you stay consistent with what's been created and formulated throughout the process that we work through. Kind of the next steps, once the engagement has actually taken place, are continuing to measure and adjust throughout your program. And it's important to have some sort of flexible spending in your program where you can adjust on the fly and make changes as you're measuring and adjusting throughout your brand protection program. And then next is educating your internal teams. Now, in our pre-sales workshops, that happens in the beginning. We're educating our teams from the very beginning and making sure that there's full alignment. If you don't have full alignment throughout the process, you need to make sure that everyone is on board, because not all brand problems are created equal. And although ad hoc requests come in that are likely important, you want to make sure that it's mapping to the effort that is most impactful for your company. And then lastly, really the e-guide touches on making sure that you're utilizing innovative technology to stay ahead of the game, because we know that bad actors now have access to technology that is unprecedented. And you need to make sure that whatever vendor or technology that you're using to support your efforts is also unprecedented new technology.
Wow. So it really sounds like the Tracer experience is a perfect guidepost to helping our customers be most effective with our dynamic platform and our dynamic pricing, because what's really important today could be very, very different as we get closer to, say, Black Friday and leading up to Christmas. If you're kind of a retail focused customer, CPG, threats that you might see at different times of the year in different regions of the world. So it does sound like the Tracer experience is that perfect blend of a methodology that we know works, but really takes advantage of the dynamicism of our platform and our pricing.
Absolutely. And I want to be very clear that we customize that process for each one of our customers. It is very different. You hit on something that was extremely important. You start talking about Black Friday and other things. With our spend, it's not every month is not even created equal from a spending standpoint. So we work with our customers. Some have unrestricted budgets to where when we find actual infringement, we take it down immediately. Some have more balanced budgets, and we put some more on a seasonal program that makes more sense for whatever their business needs may be.
That's incredible. And the ability to have that by brand, because some of our customers might have numerous brands underneath their umbrella. So that's really powerful. Colby, tell us a little bit about what's next with Tracer Experience. How are you thinking about the continuous improvement, and where does it go from here?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously we're continuing to improve on an onboarding process on a daily basis to make sure that we're doing the most innovative things possible to stay ahead and onboarding people very quickly and successfully. But as far as Tracer Experience, I think just ensuring that we're being intentional in every portion of our engagement with our customers, from pre-sales all the way through the life cycle, and making sure that we're focusing on the right efforts. But our new releases of artificial intelligence that are coming out are obviously extremely important. And part of our tracer experiences is making sure that our customers are enabled to actually recognize the benefits of some of our new releases.
Great. So Colby, we're going to go into a portion of the show called rapid fire questions. Let's have some fun with this. Don't overthink it, just whatever comes to your mind. So what would you choose to eat for your last meal?
Sushi. Have to be sushi. Probably salmon nigiri to be specific.
I love it. What superpower would you choose?
Mind reading.
Oh. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Drink of choice?
I have to go with a good old Miller Lite.
Oh, all right. Less filling or tastes great? No. So, favorite genre of music?
Country music.
Favorite pizza toppings?
Mushroom olive.
Olive. Green or black?
Black. Gotta
Okay.
be black.
All right. All right. Last one in the rapid fire. The best advice you've ever received?
The best advice that I've received is learn to understand, not to memorize. When you learn something, you never have to memorize it because you understand it. So that's probably the best advice that I've received.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Colby. Really appreciate it. That's our episode for today on Tracer Experience. We want to thank Colby Hall, director of our Tracer Experience team. Thanks so much, Colby.
Thanks, Eric.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tracer Talks. To see more content on brands and digital risk protection, visit our website, tracer.ai.